Hey everybody, welcome back to Riverview. It is almost 4:30 in the morning. A little dark. Trying to get ourselves a little horsey riding going on here. Then we're going to have to figure out what in the world we're going to do today. Hey Dylan, Randy, Tanya, Rockhound, Builds Bub, and John. Y'all you in chat? Everybody keeping warm this Saturday night. Super horse. Being tall buildings in a single bound. Only to get tied up in a chicken coop. Hey Ed, thanks for the sub. It will get brighter. Trust me, it will lighten up. That should be good enough. Rode a few horses today. We got 3 left. Has left the server. That's a funny one. So we are really coming down to the wire with about 5 game days left to go. Hey Lee. And we have made a decision. We are pretty much done feeding our animals. Whatever, I'm gonna top off the sheep. That's pretty much the last bit of animal feeding we're gonna do. Means we can pretty much sell the rest of these bales because we won't be needing them anymore. Because most of our animals are almost fully fed. And since the new placeables take food once every 10 days to fill them all the way up, we really only have about 7, maybe 8 days left in the challenge. So if they're all pretty much full at this point, then we're going to be able to basically maintain productivity all the way to the end, while at the same time not really having to give them all that much food. We do need to clean them up. We do need to keep them clean, but we don't need to keep feeding them. Let's go clean up the sheep and just see where that puts them. Might put one more bale in there because, trust me, these hay bales are going for next to nothing. Hey Mark. What's up? I do know we need to weed our fields. I don't really want to weed our fields when it's dark like this. Won't be able to see what we're doing. I just heard, I haven't had a chance to check it out yet, but I just heard that Courseplay is opened up for beta, open beta. Means everybody can go out right now and I guess download the dev version of Courseplay for 19 and give her a spin. Don't expect everything to work. You will be able to give it a spin. At least some of it's probably working. Head on down to the pigs. Okay, we've got a ton of wool. Wool price has not been cooperating, but it is now on the rise. It's over at GitHub. If you go to GitHub and you type in horseplay, it should come up for you. Now, I don't know exactly how you need to download it. Because it went into open beta just a little bit ago. I haven't had a chance to really go over there and check it out. Getting our fertilizing on. And we have finally gotten all of our animals up to the point that we need them to be at, as far as reproductivity goes. We haven't had to feed our pigs in quite a long time because we sold all those pigs we had. I would just cut it off. Just cut it off, right? Get those sheep. One more bale and that would be the last of the... I guess we could start hauling some bales over to the sell point and see how pitiful the sales are. Oh, we do need to move this wool out of the way. Because, well, we've got 3 pallets that are full. Look at all the wool we got. Like I said, I hadn't had a chance to look at it. I just had heard that it was open. Heard it from 2 different sources, 2 different Discord channels. Yeah, it's 4:30. It should be bright by about halfway through the stream. Put this tractor over. Find the 700. Up here. there. It's over here in this shed. Oh, it's around the back. Oh. Alright, well, it's time to play the tab game. Truck. Nope. 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 There it is. Where are we at? Up here at the lumber area. Let's drop this off here. And let's drive back to the farm. Now we need to be cautious of the road. Pretty sure we have got logs scattered all over the place here. Oops. Like, yeah, like here, we got logs all over the place. Let's get this. Whoa, whoa. There we go. Logs over there. Oh, watch out for those logs. Logs all over the place. I have no idea. I can't look until I get out of game. There we go. Had a lot of logs back there. Hey, Anthony, what's up? I'm sure I did. I'm sure I changed it probably months ago. There's our bale trailer. Now the square silage bales we're going to have to haul on our own. Kind of cheat with the round bales. All right. Oh, I don't know if it's that. But like I said, I have no idea. And the only place that it shows FOV, as far as I know, is way back at the main menu. So we're not going to get much for this. We're going to get like a couple $100. We are dropping frames, guys. Hold on, are we dropping some frames here? Oh. You're outputting about half of what I normally do. It's a little jerky. I apologize for that. Almost recovered, but I don't know what's going on here. Right. Down a little bit. Up there we go. Oh, we might be able to pick up those round bales here. Yeah, if I remember. I'll try to remember to look after the stream. Well, $500 for a load of round bales of straw. I think that's what that was. Looks like the stream has leveled out. Whatever was causing my internet to go frou-frou. Maybe okay now. See what we get for these silage bales. Oh. Wonder why that one bale didn't sell. See if we can nudge it. Oh. There we go. $400 for a silage bale. $500 for a whole load of straw bales. What's everybody doing today? I see any kind of interesting maps or mods recently? Yeah, you know, it's zoomed out pretty good. Little, you know, I think the default, I don't know what the default looks like anymore. But I do know that it can be a little annoying because you can't see the gauges or anything unless you really look down. But it feels a bit more natural to me. Southern Boys map. What's that one? Jacer. Right. Ah, I did too, John. One's pretty slick. In fact, you might be seeing that here in the channel in a little bit. Oh, what did I do that for? How do you not unload X? Alright. How do I fold this thing back up? Well, I think I'm going to have to unload these darn bales so I can fold the side bin back up. Right. Now we'll just have to load them again, I guess. One, two. What's the 1090 issue? But 3 more loads of hay and straw bales just right there on that side. No, we're still running the challenge map Farm Simulator. So it is restricted to just members of the team. Ooh. Well, team is full up at this point. We're done in about 5 days. We are on Riverview, just like the title says, and the description. Yeah, it would be nice if you could, you know, hit Q once you were all the way in there for it to technically attach. I found it okay as long as I didn't raise the wheels too much. Saw some comments basically saying that it slid out of the truck. Darn it, I couldn't get it to slide out of the truck. I was driving backwards trying to slam into stuff, and it would move a little bit, but I would have to slam into things like 7 or 8 times in a row in order for it to maybe eventually fall out. Reminded me of those trucks you see hauling like drywall and plywood from home improvement store to job site. Hey, Mad, what's up? Off for another load. Might as well get rid of these excess bales. We don't need them anymore. Alright, Jacer, check you later. Oh, that's no good. I am definitely not getting up at 3 a.m. to go somewhere. Uh-oh, wrong turn. Wrong turn. There we go. Oh, what low bow are you using? Low loader are you using? There's a few that I did a mod review on that should be a little better for stuff like that. The in-game one is just too low. The in-game one's good for things that are flat. I mean, even like Ravenport is too hilly and too much of a many inclines and declines for that in-game low loader to work. Just barely scrapes the ground. I don't think the you'd have to go in and mod every single tractor to change the camera angle. Or adjust the camera every time you got in the tractor with your mouse. Now I've got so I've got head tracking. I don't have it on, but since I've got head tracking on right now, it's locked out my mouse. I can't move the in-game camera with my mouse. For the head tracking, I would have to basically try to zero the camera, or center the camera such that it was, at the right angle. But yeah, it would pretty much be going in and modding every single tractor to adjust the pitch of the in-cab camera. Which to some degree would then adversely affect your ability to do multiplayer, because every member on the multiplayer server must have the exact same mods, the exact same, literally the exact same mod. So if you had made a whole bunch of random little tweaks fit your interests, which is absolutely fine, folks on the multiplayer would have to have your exact little tweaks, and basically, work with those. Yeah, you could go in and tweak the cameras. I don't think there's a way to globally tweak all cameras. You should just move around with your mouse. Mouse left and right. It should move the camera angle left and right. Move it up and down. It should move the camera up and down. Doesn't work for me at the moment because my head tracking is taken over that. I have January birthdays. Holy cow. Alright, Bert, you go enjoy the group birthday party. Keys. Those are locked out for me. Oop. Slowly amassing a fortune. Wondering how many square bales I can put on that little flatbed trailer. Right now I'm on with nobody, but there are about 7 other members on the team. In the middle of a multiplayer challenge, battling it out with 2 different multiplayer servers. This is not your normal multiplayer session. We'll have to see. I probably won't be doing another team challenge like this for a while. Definitely feel a little not burned out, but just a little demotivated to jump on into something else right at the moment. Kind of interested in doing some single player over on some other maps, probably for the month of February. Well, say I'm probably down to one of 3 different maps. Or after January. One, I've got some interest in playing the Black Mountain, Montana map. Seeing what we can, seeing what kind of fun we can accomplish there. Got a little interest in Mercury Farms. That was that landed in my lap. And there's some hopeful wishing that another map or 2 might make its way to be available during the month of February. But what are we doing in February? I don't know. No, Farm Sim, I do not do polls on what maps I play. I don't play maps people want me to play. Play maps I want to play. No faster way to map burnout than play something that someone else wants you to play. You really aren't that interested in. Hey, DK Slide, what's up? Antazar, I don't understand your question. Seasons worked in multiplayer from the get-go in 17. Hey, Rick, not that I know of. I don't know of any Tennessee-based maps at the moment. Now, there is a map that is is not in the works right at the moment. There is a map called East Coast USA that was being worked on for release late in 17. Didn't get out due to various circumstances. But I do know the plan is to convert that one over to 19. CCS 101 is the author of that one, and he's currently working to convert Emerald Coast over. And if I understand correctly, East Coast USA will be after the Emerald Coast conversion. It's not representing any specific area on the East Coast. You could say that it would be representative of many different areas of the East Coast. No, we played it on multiplayer for played seasons on multiplayer for quite a lot. I did 6 months of it with UMRV. Then we went over and did the Valley Hill Farm seasons. We did. I don't even remember the maps I played in 17. Talking about this last time. We did. Well, we did. Well, we started to do Hoff Bergman with seasons multiplayer, but Hoff Bergman was broke. Multiplayer was seasons. So then we moved over to. I don't even remember. Yeah, we're totally fine in multiplayer. I do not know anything about this the Alps map. No. First I heard of it was when it showed up in the testing thread. Oh, we got a little bit of light. Someone turned on some lights. Southeast Emerald Coast is based in Florida. Emerald Coast is a Florida map. If all goes well, it will be hopefully released in February. What I understand, the target is to have it out to testing here in maybe 2 weeks. And then the goal would be to test the heck out of it for a week or so, maybe 2 weeks, and see about getting it out to the general populace. I'll tell you, just about anything I played from the time Seasons was released until the time 19 was released, I played with Seasons. If it was multiplayer or single player, it included Seasons. Those. One, two, three, 4, 5 loads of bales here. Let's see how many bales, square bales we've got of silage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 there. And we've got 16 back there in the back. And we got round bales up there. Oh, Rocky on giving it a go, is he? Hey, David, what's up? Starting with my churn, I did Churn Farms with seasons. Did Midtown USA with seasons. Those were single player. Did UMRVs. That's multiplayer. Valley of the Old Farm was multiplayer. Yeah, old streams, that would be cool. I've seen postings from over on the Black Sheep Modding's Discord. No clue if they've sent it up for testing. No clue if it's just in for internal Black Sheep testing at the moment. But it's kind of like a gamble. There's so many maps that it seems to be have been submitted to the mod hub. Like a gamble, which one will actually make it out first? Yeah, Midtown was fun, but Midtown became a harvest grind because it had the Midwest geo built into it, and basically from like early summer until late autumn was just constant harvest. You could flip a field if you harvested it early or mid-summer, and then put corn or soybeans. I think it was soybeans. Put soybeans in it, and then harvest that in late autumn. Timed it all out right, you would basically have some field ready to harvest from early summer all the way to late autumn. And enough of that, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm tired of harvest. Is that map working good for you? I think that's the map I looked at. I think it had some Lua errors in it and stuff, but if it's playing fine, that's good. Yeah, I never had a bad winter on Midtown. Almost a little depressing. Let's haul some square bales. Synchronizing. Yeah, I looked at that one. Yeah, that one had a few errors. I didn't go beyond loading the map up. I mean, if it plays fine, that's good. When I'm looking at a map, I'm looking at it for the channel, and I don't want to put a map video out in the channel that I know has the potential to be problematic. And I do not remember what issues that one had that I passed on it. You know, there probably was some log issues. I thought it was cool because you loaded up on the rock and there was like a shipwreck there. But if you look at your game log after you load up the map, you'll probably see those errors or issues, potential issues. We're not gonna haul any more bales today. We'll post and see if we can't get somebody else to haul some logs for us, or not logs, but bales. If we can't take some square bales down. Uh, get those arms and forks. And tweaking and fixing things, that is perfectly good. That is great that you have the ability to go in and fix things like that. But, oops. I'm just trying to fork these things quickly. kind of on the bale trailer. Oh, a bass tournament. It's gonna be cold. Is that the one where like you get those really shiny boats? Then you go out there real fast and like just sit around all day. Then you come back and you weigh your fish. Like that. Oh. Where's the tournament at? That trailer's loaded pretty darn good. Figured it was at a lake. Bars of soap. There is a strap. Last strap is there. You get one more on the bottom. I'm going to try to do one layer on top flat. See how that works. We're going to get 6 on the bottom. $1,000. Is it like poundage of fish? Somehow graded some way, like, you know, coloring or whatever. Oh, key press. You're also in the mode of just selling stuff when it's a decent price. One, two, three. Yep, we got 6 on there. Get 10 on if we put 4 on this way. And I'm wondering if we can get 14 if we put 4 more on top of those 4. What do y'all think? Let's see. Oh. Alrighty. 4 bales down because we can't reach above that. Earth. There we go. Go. Yeah, we had it for a contract. Not worth leasing just to do these bales. All right, later, Bernie. Good luck tomorrow. All right. Let's go down. We'll pick up that one bale with the forks. Then we'll have to take this load. Pretty gentle, probably. Let's see what get for these. Missed. Thought I was low enough. If weight mattered. If weight mattered, right? Biggest concern is tipping the whole thing. Oh, like that. Well, we'll have to see. In 17 days, there was this mod called MR. Supposed to stand for more realistic. Some things I think it was realistic on. Other things it was a bit, I don't know, it was a bit more excessive. Basically, it caused tractor tires to slip way more than they should have. I mean, you would be like driving a combine up a hill, but the hill would, let's say it was pavement, and you're driving a combine uphill, and you would have like 10% wheel slip. Like, there's no way your harvester is going to be slipping like that on such a surface. You just rip those tires to shreds. There were other things that, you know, it did do somewhat realistic on. I don't know if the pretty much up in the air as to if the MR developer for Farm Sim is going to. Oh no! Oh, we did it. Oh, we did it. Put trailer back. Got some square bales there we could try to get to. Knows where they came from. Oh! I want to stab the top of the bit. Can't get the arms high enough. All right. Try to get underneath it. And we're back. Go. Just a big hill to get up. Oh, can we pull up the hill? There we go. We got it. Maybe they were the same guy, just in costume. All that work for just a couple $1,000. Oh, what was it, going around that turn? Seen some trucks flip there. See if we can't get a couple of these bales out of the drink. Nobody knows where these bales came from. Get off my forks. Dang trees. This is pretty steep. I think I'm going to go for one more. I can get one more out. That's what I figured would happen. Good thing we don't have the mod that was in 17 that basically disabled reset. Because then we would have just had to write the tractor off as lost. Yeah, we're going to reset it. There were some hardcore servers in 17 used a no reset mod. You you needed to reset something, well, write it off, sell it, take the insurance hit. We'll sell those 3 bales at least. Then we'll probably have enough daylight. We can weed our crops. I'm worried the crop growth is going to make us have to use herbicide. No, I don't. I just do it the good old-fashioned way of just changing file folder names. Doing it manually. Does mean you need if you have multiple servers or multiple game saves that use the same mod, it does mean having multiple copies of the same mod, but hard drives are cheap. This space is typically plentiful. And most mods nowadays are pretty dang small. Alright, well, we got three bales that we would not have had earlier. That was about $1,000. A 92. Oh. I think we'll go back. We'll sell those sunflowers down here at the port. Might. But I don't know a lot of people. Oh no! Tragedy! Tragedy! More news at 11. Like a fish out of water. What are we gonna do? There we go. Let's flop around like a fish. Well, I drove up on the hedge. That's what happened. Hey, I am excited for the challenge to end because I'm curious how the team Raznik has been doing, what their strategy has been. Now I drove up on the hedge. It's pretty much hard to roll one of these in-game tractors. Flowers. Lots of sunflower. Many of them ready to harvest. 5, 46, 26, and 5, 46. Nope, none of them are ready to harvest. So we're not going to be flipping any sunflowers. We're going to what, port? 28 to the port. All right. All right. Check you later, John. Thanks for dropping by. Knew we were going to hit that pole. With the heavy load mod, these trucks' brakes don't work so quick. It's stuck. There we go. And right here. Sell point. See how much money we roll in. Anything I've done different? No. I don't think so. 4, that's pretty dang good. We've all pretty much enjoyed the challenge that it has brought. Partial load left. I don't know if we would have changed any of the rules that are out there. I think I like how it's a points-based system, so there's multiple ways to points. Doesn't really matter how you achieve them, just that you have them. You achieve them within the broad scope of the rules that set forth, which really weren't that limiting. Glad we didn't put a rule out that you had to plant trees if you cut them, because, well, the map won't let us plant any. I don't think so. I don't think we would, I don't regret how we've tackled things. Window's a little dirty. No, I don't think so. I think the more defined the rules were, the less the less free the whole event was or would be. Get too narrow defined rules, and then it just becomes how well can a team execute within the execute the exact same strategy, because there aren't too many opposing ways of doing things. If you want to make your fortunes doing all contract work and not having any crops of your own, and somehow managing to feed your animals off of the 5% excess, well, go ahead. That'll work. I know early on there was there was at least one person that was saying that this was the worst map for this type of challenge because you couldn't make money on it. Well, I mean, the goal wasn't to make $20 million. The goal was to earn as many points as possible. And one way to those points was through bank account. That's not how you had to earn money or earn the points. Maybe you do your riches in lumber. And you don't do any farming at all. And then at the end, you buy all the animals that you need in order to not get penalized. But you really don't care for the animals so much. Oh, we're going the wrong way. You really don't care for the animals so much as you just buy them in order to just have them. That's a strategy. We kind of took the view, or I kind of took the view of let's get the animals early and let them be earning some money also. And that included then breeding. So, we didn't have to buy 25 cows. I think we probably only bought maybe 7 or 8. Maybe 10 most. And then we had 15 cows, let's say, were bred. So we only had the expensive 10 cows, and we got now 25. Definitely didn't buy all the sheep. I don't remember how many sheep we started out with, but we just now have enough sheep to meet our requirements. Pigs. We started with 2 pigs. And we went ahead and sold a whole big batch. And we're now back up to over 20 pigs again. All we need is 20 pigs. Let's see what we can get into next 20 minutes. I don't know. I mean, those darn pigs cost a lot of money to feed. You could probably do an analysis on the points of how many points do you get, how many pigs can you amass, how many pigs can you feed, and what would your points be with those pigs, versus what money could you earn by selling the crops that you were feeding the pigs. We took the idea of not buying or not using crops for pigs, but to buy pig food and sell the crops straight up. Yeah, okay. Well, on a server that's running literally 24/7 at 1.5 times speed, how many pigs is that every 36 hours? That's what we would see in a day here on the server. Would be that many pigs every day. Trying to keep up with feeding that many. All right, let's see here. See where our wool is. Oh, 215 and climbing. Corn. Soybeans, 285 and climbing. On 16 and climbing the wheat. 18. $16. All right. Let's see if we can do a little let's see if weeding will work. If not, we'll have to go in pesticide, herbicide. Probably put on the front weight. Up a bit. I think the soybeans are too all feed. See? pull through here and see what it does. Alright, it is weeding, okay. Not a bit, so we can try to pick some landmarks in the field so we don't overlap. We don't miss too much. It's where I wish we had the enhanced PDA. Be really helpful right about now. We could put the weed layer on. Basically watch the weeds disappear on the minimap as we drove around. See how we're doing. Pretty good. Yes, with lanes would be rather helpful, wouldn't it? Right now I just am looking at the left side of the weeder and trying to rotate around that point. I don't end up overlapping or missing too terrible much. Then try to lock in on the GPS or on the compass degrees. It is, yes. So within base game, there is a default price range per difficulty level, but the map makers have the ability to override that. Okay, so we are playing in, can't show you, not admin, right? We're playing with hard economic difficulty, and in a hard economic difficulty, the prices are obviously lower than the other two economic levels. But on this map, the prices in general are only about 30% of what they would typically be. So, for example, we get really excited when we see soybeans at around $300 per 1,000 liters. In the real game, basically on any other map, if you saw soybeans for $300 per 1,000 liters, you would never sell that because that is just a terrible price. But on this map, the way the prices are set, $300 is a really good price. The way, you know, it was set that on for a reason. It was intended to make it difficult. Definitely has done. See the prices here. Wheat is 118, 117. Soybeans 286. Biggest one is, look at that, wool 218, and that's an exciting price. Best I've seen for wool on the map is around 220. Map author could deliberately depress the price, or they could deliberately increase the price for all the commodities or any one commodity they should so wish. Started planting sugar beets? What in the world happened there? So that's how we're going to close out tonight. We're just going to do some weeding. Now that the sun is up enough, see where we're going. Decent chance of weeding the field fairly effectively. Up there. Did a pretty good job there. Got all of that to weed. And I don't know what we're going to be doing tomorrow, guys. We're going to either be on this map or we might be over on Mercury Farms. Not sure what we're going to do. Kind of want to close out this this challenge by a good final push. Same time, I mean, can't fault the guy for wanting to play on Mercury, right? It's lined up. What we can do? Let's hire a helper to. So while we're doing that, let's go up here and let's load up a pallet load. Load a pallet load of wool. Or a trailer load of wool. No, we are locked. 24/7, 1.5 times speed. In multiplayer. In single player, yeah, you all can fast forward time if you wish at night. Well, Give me a few days, okay? I'll get you one out. Or I'll get something out with the basics. Or I'll see how much I can, how much time I've got to put toward a video or two on Courseplay. I am definitely no expert, but I can hold my own with the basics. We get 2, 4. If we can sell 7 pallets of wool per trip, how many trips is it going to take? Let's see, how many pallets do we got? Oh my gosh, we got a lot. We got ourselves a lot of trips. Now, at normal pricing, we would have ourselves a small fortune in wool. But with the pricing on this map, this wool is basically like 220 bucks a pallet. So it's like $400 for 6. Basically, we're getting about $1,500 to $1,700 per trip. That is it. Whereas normal economy, we would be getting maybe as much as $2,000 a bale. Come on. Shove you all. See, the wool doesn't earn us that much, so investing in a bunch of trailers would be a loss. Tried putting it in our big green container. The wool didn't want to sell out of that. We had to actually dump that green container upside down on its side to get the wool to sell. Even with this trailer, we have to basically knock the wool off the trailer in order to get it to sell properly. Nope, this is our only flatbed. We haven't needed one. Be using the round bale autoloader. Move our round bales around. Yeah, I don't know if I believe him. I mean, the timber runner trailer is taller than this little flatbed, and the little flatbed here wouldn't sell them. So how's the timber runner going to sell them? I mean, we could try maybe putting them in the IT runner log trailer and then drop that on the ground. But under the same stance, I loaded up the green container, IT runner container, dropped it on the ground, and they still didn't sell until I tried to flip them over, container over on its side. Oh no. There we go. See how many pallets do we have? We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 18, 20, 22. We got 3 more loads after this. $7 a load. Lost it. Oh, we did that. I don't know how many streams ago we go, but we had put a whole bunch of wool pallets in the green container on the IT runner. Drop the green container on the cell trigger. And nothing happened. Basically had to bring a telehandler down to tip the green container on its side, and then the wool started to sell real slowly. Guess if we're going to get rid of the IT runner stuff, you might as well sell that green container too if you didn't already do it. Hey, Papa Bear, how you feeling? Here you are a bit under the weather. What are you doing up at 11:30? I know, it's a good thought. Nothing wrong with a good thought and a good suggestion. I couldn't force unload because I didn't own the land that the spinnery was at. Tried that first. Tried to do a control I. Wouldn't unload, said I didn't own the land. Like, shoot. So then I dropped the container on the sell point. That didn't work. Then I had to try to tip the container on its side, trying to dump the pallets out. Oops, sorry about that. Headset. Yeah, Papa Bear, I bet he did it on purpose. All the other parts of this map that are deliberately difficult. Whoa, that is not a sell point. It wouldn't surprise me if he didn't do that on purpose. The artificial, well, with the purposeful low prices. Lack of easily cuttable trees down around fields. This is Cavalier Roy's map. And what do you mean, how's it all work? Cavalier Roy did the map. It's called Riverview now, but for a long time it was named Newbie Farm as a kind of an inside joke that this map was for anyone but newbie. simply the way the prices are set and everything, a beginner would have an extreme difficult time in making themselves a way on the map. See, it's sold off the forks, but it doesn't sell off the trailer. So what we do is we just come over here and we knock them off the trailer. Go. See, that gave us whopping $1,500 because our wool is $223 in climbing. That's a really good price. Believe it or not, that is a pretty darn good price for wool. So you can see where that would normally be like $2,000, $2,200 per pallet. Just $250, $225 a pallet. You don't really make money off of the wool. Probably make more money off of selling sheep than the wool they make. Oh, good. They're done feeding. Make our way through basically the equivalent of town here. Oh, Alien Jim. Lucky. Lucky me, lucky you. Running a little late today. We would have not crossed paths again. Thank you for allowing me to do such a great first look on the Mercury Farms. And I have to say, I found your spaceship. Loving it. Loving the spaceship. I had to play farm manager mode just so I could build back the farms how they were in New Farmer. There was a question in chat as to if you had or would entertain the release of the buildings and animals, so the custom silos and sheds and animal areas as a separate thing. seemed that maybe some folks were interested in being able to use your custom animal areas on their own maps as placeables, you know, outside of Mercury. Hey, Farmalls, what's up? So we got a decent price on wool. Decent-ish, $220. Welcome back, Bert. Hope everyone's birthdays are going well. So, I sold one load of wool. I'm going to load up another load, but I'm not going to sell it. I'm just going to load it up for somebody else. This is what happens when you try to do things quick. Just smash into things. We decided it was probably best if we discontinue feeding our animals. They're all fairly full now as far as food levels go. So we could probably just clean their areas and just let them eat down the food they have. So to that end, I started selling bales that we had left. Of course, that takes quite a while selling them just 8 bales at a time. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I'll post some of that stuff in the Discord so everyone's up to speed. Much I'd say if the wool is over 200, sell, sell, sell. At this rate, we've got 3 loads of wool to take if we can get 7 bales, 7 pallets per trailer load. What I've been doing is getting 6 on the trailer and then 1 on the forks. Bunch of straw behind the big green shed we could sell. Some square bales up here where the farmhouse would be. We could sell some square silage bales. This is how you're supposed to load it. Not dump the bales all over the place. Oh, well, congratulations on the new newborn. Whatever the relations is to you. Sounds like January is a very busy month for your group. That checking speeding. Well, that's get what you get. And by then, these soybeans might be ready to. Then these soybeans might be ready to harvest. Down. Back up. And depending on the crop prices, there's some pretty decent crop prices right now. Pretty much of the mindset that if the price is halfway decent, to just go ahead and sell. Wheat is 123 and climbing. I'm not going to wait till it gets peaked out, because what if it peaks out while we're off the server, right? I think 123 is a pretty darn good price for wheat. To go. Wait, no. Mill is over by the bale sell point. Like this truck, when it gets up against the hedge, it doesn't want to come away from it. Yeah, it's just a final push. Now I know, depending on if you like or don't like loading logs, a fair bit of logs cut just need loading. Not good at that, or you don't like doing it, well then don't worry about it. There's plenty of other stuff that can be done. See if we can make the hill with a full load of wheat. So pretty much figured that we're just gonna try to fuel stuff to the minimum level. Maybe just keep a quarter of a tank and stuff. Needs fuel. Put a quarter tank in it. We don't need to probably invest in a whole tank load gas. Make the hill. Run on it. Oh, good. 5. We already got fuel in the fuel trailer. Yeah, we need to use that up. $7,200. Not bad. Here we got another couple loads. Haul, but I'm not going to haul them tonight. I want to thank you guys for coming out and watching. This is where we're going to part ways for the day. Back tomorrow night. Said not sure if it'll be on this map or if the itch to do a little Mercury might rise up to the top. I'm not really sure. Till next time, happy farming.